So we were supposed to be talking about all the amazing matchups this week, about Man United against Liverpool, Newcastle against Tottenham. But in the end, what are we talking about? Chris Bloody Kavanagh. That's all coming up right here on the Premier League show. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Premier League show. We're trying to just get live quickly here on Instagram as well. So we're trying to hit the live. Can we go live here? Copy. Okay, yeah, we should be live. All right, well, we're just gonna have to kind of hope that we are live on Instagram. Are we live on Instagram? Can we check? Sorry, everyone, for the quick delay, slight delay. Thank you, everybody in the chats. This is our very first live Premier League show. For all you guys not familiar with Premier League show, not live. Okay. Yeah, we're live on YouTube, so hitting go live is not working.
I remember the last time you need to start.
Yeah, I know. And look, we're just gonna have to be live on YouTube. All right, guys. Sorry about that. We're just trying to figure out. We're very new to the whole live streaming business. But yeah, for those unfamiliar with the Premier League show, what we do here is we just generally chill out, sit back, and talk about the Premier League, kind of like speak our mind. I thought I would add the live edition into here. So therefore, it'll be fun. You guys can leave some comments. I will reply to what you have to say tonight. Give us your views and opinions on what happened the weekend. Are you happy with your team's performance this week in the Premier League? All of that juicy stuff. Let's get this background up and running. Here we go. So, are we going to get into the main course, or are we just going to build our way up to the main course? By the way, guys, thank you so much. It's been an absolutely historical week here on the channel. We have now reached 445 subs, which is absolutely historical. A week ago, we had almost more than 300 less than that. So thank you, everybody, guys, for showing all the love you've been to the channel as been going up. And obviously, we're going to give back that love to you as the channel grows with more and more content. Again, we're going to give you guys the chance here to leave some comments, and we will discuss. We will discuss what you guys have to say. So, I mean, we generally start with the first game of the week, but that's kind of where the drama is. You know what? Let's get into it. Let's just get Anton all mad. We'll talk about Chris Kavanagh. That's what you're all here for, the title of the show. Unfortunately, we're talking about Chris Kavanagh. We can bring it up on the screen here. We can bring up, if I can just find it, the Declan Rice situation. I just think this game, it doesn't really matter what happened. We have, our post-match reactions to kind of walk you through everything that's happened. So we're just going to get straight to the incident. And guys, let us know. Let us know. Uh, let's see. Can I just bring up? I had. Can we do red Declan Rice's red card? Is there a way I can check it out on maybe Twitter or something? Declan Rice. I'm still angry about the Declan Rice red card. Here we go. That's true. It's the only red card of his career, so it shouldn't be hard to find. Declan Rice red card. Okay. All right. Perfect. Let us share. This is, by the way, this post comes from a guy, fellow named Charles Davies. Thank you very much for the content here. Well, we're still not. I can still share these screens while we are still not monetized yet. So luckily for you guys, we are. Can we get a bit of a zoom in here? I just want to zoom in on the incident. So I want to kind of give you a visual, so I'm not feeling like people are telling me what I am not or not seeing and telling me that I'm blind or whatever. Okay, so here you go. The incident. Declan Rice and what is his name again? His name is see, I don't remember people who wrong me. Joel Veltman, sorry. So Joel Veltman and Declan obviously get into a tussle here. We'll get back to the front. And so Declan walks away. Veltman throws the ball at Rice and it touches off of his heel. See, everyone, this is where my thing is. Look at this. Does that look like a kick? Does that look like he's kicked the ball to you? I think it looks like a kick from Veltman, obviously, but I'm talking about Rice. Does he actually really kick the ball out of play? Maybe on the second shot here. No, it doesn't even. See, that's incidental. I don't believe that Declan Rice actually here has any intention of kicking it away whatsoever. That's the thing that everyone keeps lying to me about. Don't let people gaslight you, by the way, into believing that Declan Rice did anything else but walk away. Everyone's telling me, oh, he should have been careful. He knew he was on a yellow card. Declan Rice knew what he was doing. And evidence here shows you Declan Rice indeed did not know what he was doing. He knew what he was doing in terms of he knew he fouled the guy, the call has been made, he's walking away. And here, Joel Veltman kicks the ball into Rice, it comes off of his heel, and then it ricochets again off his second foot. And right, it ricochets off the second foot. Please tell me the intention behind Declan Rice if he's actually kicked the ball out of play. I know everybody's trying to tell me, well, the story ends here. Declan kicked it out of the play. Did he really? The ball, he's kicked, the guy who's thrown the ball off of Declan Rice. Right? Am I not right here? Come on. Let me see. This is why I brought you guys all live here, so the world can see the truth behind the Declan Rice thing. This KAVANAGH guy literally is the worst referee I've ever seen in my life. And I didn't even know who he was before this game. But so tell me, why is okay? So this is the first part. So there's so many layers to a red carding decision, right? Does that like? If anybody's in the chat, how many people are in the view? We have two guys, two people watching this. Any of you two, tell me what you guys think. Do you think that watching this enough times in a row, do you really think Declan Rice intentionally kicks this ball out of play? Any hands? Christy, what do you think? My girlfriend's here in the background. What do you think?
About what?
Do you look at the video? Look at the video. Does this look at all?
it was so obvious that I think the referee did a mistake. Like, he was terrible.
Right.
This guy was actually kicking Declan Rice's foot.
Correct.
That's what I saw.
That's what I'm seeing too. So this is what I'm seeing, guys. And maybe call me deluded, and you can feel free to correct me, okay? They get into a tussle, right? So so Declan Rice does foul him initially, which becomes a free kick. Okay, I do agree with that. So, but Declan Rice gets up, he's walking away, and Veltman has thrown the ball into Declan Rice's heel to try to force it from coming off of him to make it look like he's kicked away. But Declan Rice is not even looking. You can see he's not even looking at the ball. He doesn't know the ball is coming to him. It's like I threw something at you and hit you and said, "Oh, why did you touch the thing I just threw at you?" It's so childish. Right? And then the ball hits. Okay, so now I'm seeing it coming off his second foot.
I got a question from TikTok Live.
Yes.
Who is better at soccer, Ronaldo or Messi? This is out of topic, but if
TikTok Live. Who is better, Ronaldo or Messi?
Yeah.
It's actually a funny story about Messi.
Thank you for the question.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Who were you on TikTok Live with? On your account. What's the name of the person who's in the comment?
Arshia.
I like to comment people by their names. Yeah.
Arshia.
I think Messi's the better player. It's actually a funny story. I at one point today was convinced that I was going to meet Lionel Messi. I got a scam email from work saying that we were having Lionel Messi was coming to my office for a fragrance launch, and I was getting really excited, and I was texting the hierarchy at my company trying to organize an interview for this channel with Messi, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be historical. Nobody has ever had an interview with the greatest player of all time. Hot Sport's going to have it." No, it's not going to happen, guys. Apparently, it's a scam. Maybe it wasn't a scam, but from now I've been informed it's a scam. But yes, fully, I think Messi is a better player. Just technically, I think he's more gifted. He's more selfless. It's just his dribbling, his close dribbling was better. He's also a World Cup winner. He's won Champions League multiple times, way more than Ronaldo ever has. Ronaldo, of course, has won. He's won 3 in a row with Real Madrid in the past, but Messi's got more. And yeah, I think Messi's a much better player overall. His global contribution to the game is that much better than Ronaldo. I think obviously Ronaldo is a great player, and I would say he's the second greatest of all time, and we're blessed to have both of them in our same era. But no, Messi would be my preference. Now, back to Declan Rice. So we've established here that Declan Rice does not actually kick the ball out of bounds intentionally. That obviously would. What was he sent off for? That was what he said was sent off for. In my opinion, that really rules out the red card altogether. Here's the second part of the action, as Christy has very nicely illustrated to you. The player kicks Declan Rice.
Yes.
Kicks him very, very hard above the knee.
Only blind people who tells that it's not happening.
So the BS thing that everyone is trying to gaslight you into thinking is that Joel Veltman was just taking the free kick and happened to hit Declan Rice. That, sorry to say, that is just not true. Ed, my main man Ed, welcome. I'm going to throw your show. Ed and I go back a long way. Actually, West Ham fan. So I used to be a fan. He says Rice kicked it further than Pedro. Ed, you're just trolling here, my friend. Rice didn't. Pedro booted it into the stands. Rice, it doesn't even kick it. It comes off him. How many? You're looking at the replay here, Ed, and I know you are a very, very talented at getting under my skin. We've have a very long relationship. But my friend, I know what you're going. I know what you're trying to do here, and I'm falling right into it. But yeah, no, Declan Rice definitely does not kick it farther than Pedro. And that's the other part. That's the third part, Ed. Thank you for bringing it up. In the first half, Pedro, um, João Pedro, actually takes the ball and he kicks it into the stands. Like aggressively kicks into the stands to waste time. Yeah, he kicks it into the stands to waste time. So what Declan Rice is doing here is really just getting out of the play. And instead, so really what should be happening is that Joel Veltman should be being sent off. By the way, Ed, thank you so much for your comment. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well back in London. But yeah, case closed. Don't let people gaslight you. Oh, it's the rule. He should know what he's doing. Declan Rice knows what he's doing. The rules are the rules. Here's the truth. All these people who are saying me that that's the rule didn't know the rule existed until 3 days ago when this incident occurred. When you watch this live, be honest. Be honest. Use your true, honest truth, right? You were like, Joel Veltman's getting sent off here. And the entire crowd was saying it. Off, 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 off. I was on my couch, off, off. And you know, the biggest troll job on planet Earth now, obviously, Chris Kavanagh says, take this one, guys. This is funny. I'm going to send off Declan Rice. For what? For a little tiny minuscule touch that comes off of his boot. And I'm going to ruin the entire game. This is what I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear any criticism of Arsenal performance this week. And I have heard Arsenal fans, and these are the same Arsenal fans who just like to be self-righteous and go, oh, don't worry about the refereeing call. It's about, you know, the performance. And the truth is, I've watched Arsenal 100,000 times. I've watched Arsenal since birth. Okay? L. Thank you for showing us some love in the comment section. Couldn't time it better for the North London Diamond. You must be a Tottenham fan. And yes, look, you guys have gotten very lucky because okay, another question here from Ed. Who's on the hot seat more, Ange or Ten Hag? It's definitely got to be Ten Hag. Yeah, he should have been gone in the summer. Ange Postecoglou, I actually like. I think that he needs to get backed a bit more by his club, honestly. But I think he's got winning mentality. And I think he's bringing Tottenham some places. Erik Ten Hag, on the other hand, is completely technically inept. And it doesn't matter. They added so many players in the summer. And we're going to get to Man United later on in the show. But he's shown that regardless of the personnel and Ineos have come out and they've got the personnel for him specifically. And it's still the same old stuff. It still looks the same old stuff. Anyway, we're going to take the Declan Rice stuff off the screen before I get any copyright strikes. But thank you to Charles Davis, who tweeted out the video so that I could share that with you. But you can clearly see through the evidence that I have shown over and over and over and over again that Chris Kavanagh has made an absolute mistake. And unfortunately, yellow cards cannot be appealed. So therefore, as L says, we'll bring that comment back up. Thank you for your contribution to the show, L. Yeah, it means he's going to miss the North London derby. And look, maybe we get into Tottenham right now because it's a good segue. Because I don't think there's much to talk about on the Arsenal performance whatsoever. They were up 1-0. They would have probably won 2 or 3 had the card gone in. Like they were putting pressure on Brighton. It came at a time when Brighton were really under pressure, and it completely changed the game. So that's really all there is to talk about. And look, here's what I'll say. One more thing on the Rice thing, and then we'll switch to talking about Spurs. It doesn't matter, right, who club it's happened to. Like, this is my standard. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to make fun of any of my rivals when shit like this happens to them. Because The PGOML, they're an enemy of all of us. All of the clubs are enemies, should be enemies of the PGOML at this point in time, because they will not just do this to us. They've done it to us this week. Next week, they will do it to you, and you will be as outraged about this as I am today. So you might be laughing about what's going on with Arsenal, and yes, it's cost us 2 points. And this only. I'm going to be very, very clear. People can call me deluded. You can call me whatever you want. This incident only is the reason why Arsenal are not on 9 points and they're on 7. So, anyway, on to Tottenham. L's team took the L this week. So we drew. Tottenham, they didn't win. They didn't even draw. They lost. And Ed brought up Ange Postecoglou. And look, one criticism I'll have to bring up on Ange, I was, bigging him up a second ago, but one thing I'll say is that his tactics at the moment are very, very predictable. They're playing a high line, and that all you got to do to beat Tottenham is basically soak up the pressure, let them advance on you, and then those center backs, especially with Mickey Van de Ven out in this game, they're gonna be exposed, and you can one through ball in, and they're done, as illustrated by the winner that Newcastle scored today. Literally, Joelinton just picks the ball up. He sees that high line. Isak is perfectly in. Isak and who's the guy? Jacob Murphy. Is that his name? The guy who gave the assist. We're both in line with that very high line. So they're both on side, and then they're both kind of 2-on-1 after that, and they're toying with Spurs, and that's the way it is. And look, Declan Rice or no Declan Rice, I would hope and expect Arteta, who by the way is the master at this type of tactic. One thing that he did against Brighton, when we were down to 10 men, eventually after the goal went in and he was able to bring in the right personnel, Calafiori came on. He played that long ball kind of through ball system with using Havertz and Saka and Martinelli eventually. And I think that's kind of the way they're going to play. Rice or no Rice. I think Jorginho has shown he's very capable holding up in that defensive midfield position. And look, Tottenham couldn't even beat Newcastle. So I'm not too worried about Tottenham. What I am worried about is the team that we play after that, obviously, which is Man City. And now we're going to be forced to need to win away at Man City, given that this draw. Good banter, L. So L says, we'll have to fish Havertz out of Mickey's pocket. Okay. Is Mickey going to be available for this game? Look, I actually think I like Van de Ven and Romero very much. What I am is an Arsenal fan, but I'm also a fan of the game. And I will be honest with you when I know that a player is good. Mickey Van de Ven is good, and he was sorely missed in that Newcastle game. But let's not forget what Havertz and Saka did to Spurs at your place last year at the back end of the season. We were up 3-0 by halftime. You're going to have to try to figure out how to break down Arsenal's defense with Saliba and Gabriel, but that's a whole other story, and we will get to that. That's in 2 weeks' time, guys. A lot will happen before now and then. I'll plug soon my NFL coverage coming on. I know Ed, if he's still in the chat, Ed's a big NFL fan, as am I, and we'll be having an NFL show. Ed, by the way, open invitation if you want to join me on NFL shows as a guest at any time, brother. I definitely appreciate your insight, and you definitely know your thing. So look, one thing I'll just say is Newcastle have had some really, really good performances at home as of recent, and I think people don't pick it out. And again, by the way, Newcastle they've had a domination, I believe, over Spurs. If you're still watching, Newcastle got your number, and that's twice now. They smashed you last year, and this year they smash and grab, and you guys still cannot defend the counterattack, and that's the problem with Spurs. So we are 24 minutes into the live. We don't want to go too long into this, so we're quickly going to get. Let's chat offline about time zones. I'm currently in the office and meant to be working. And you're like me. I'm watching these live streams at work a lot as well. Big up, Ed, longtime friend of myself, and obviously now friend of the channel. So, yeah, let's move on to the other games. Let's talk about Man United. Let's talk about Man United against Liverpool. Firstly, before we start getting into all the Man United stuff, I want to talk about Liverpool because I think Liverpool really got to get bigged up. Touches in opposition box with 49-14, just missing Big Dom to finish them off. Yes, L, that's my point. My point is that you can allow Tottenham to have as much possession as you want. And look, one thing I'll give credit to Ange for big time is he's definitely figured out a way to, in the Premier League, against regardless of the opponent, to be able to keep possession and to keep possession in the correct areas. The problem is right now is you guys, it's not just Big Dom, it's about the service as well. I think James Madison is struggling a bit. Who's the new guy you got? Odebar, or whatever his name is. Yeah, I wasn't really impressed with him either. Odebert. That's L. Yeah, if you're in here, just correct me on the name, on the spelling of the name. I wasn't very impressed with Odebert. So the creativity, obviously, yeah, Solanke is going to be something we have to worry about. And Solanke has had a history of playing well against Arsenal, so it is something that we're going to keep our eye on. But again, you have to deal with Saliba and Gabriel. So you're talking about Arsenal, a team that kept Erling Haaland scoreless last year in all the matches that we played against each other. So anyway, looking forward to the North London derby. Anyway, Liverpool got a lot of slack. They've got a lot of slack. Why? Because of the lack of signings, and obviously people think Klopp leaving meant Liverpool would struggle. And look, and I am a victim of that. There's video evidence saying that I would think that they would. Ed, big up to Ed. He says Solanke will make Ben White his son. That's really good punditry. You meant son as in Son Heung-min. That's good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, but look, I was victim to saying that. Look, I think that Liverpool's going to drop off. No Klopp, and I was wrong. They've looked really good, and not just like they look really good. They've looked Arsenal-like. And I don't want to obviously I'm talking about Arsenal at the end of last season, where they're controlled, they get the goals they need, and they're able to see out the game. They have the only team now that have kept clean sheets in every single game. My criticisms of Klopp Liverpool last year was that I felt like it was too back and forth. They were always there's always a threat to concede for them. And they used so much energy trying, going back and forth in these games, and eventually they ran out of steam at the end of the year. I think this is a lot more controlled version. This is kind of what Arsenal and Man City base their game plans off of. And obviously Man City do it to a whole other different level, which is be able to just kind of confidently use the skill you have, score, go up, end the game. That's it. Like we've done. We are confident enough in our setup, in our ability to defend and control the game and keep the ball that we're not going to concede. And it's like, come on, go ahead, break us down. And that's kind of the way Slot has played early on for Liverpool. And they look better. They look more crisp going forward as well. It's less of an unhinged barrage and more of a clinical calculated attacks. The goals that they scored were clinical and calculated, and that's scary. That's scary because honestly, if Liverpool played this way last year, they would have won the league. Not Arsenal, not City. Liverpool would have. Yeah, thanks, Ed. So that's just kind of the honest truth. So I'm really impressed with Arne Slot really early on. Now let's switch. Let's switch. Talk about Man United quick. I mentioned it. Eric Ten Hag. This time the formation was right. Xerxes finally got the start. De Ligt finally got the start. Fernandez was back in the 10. It was a good setup by Ten Hag. The lineup. However, the tactics themselves were all wrong. The tactics, it was like he set up Man United to play Jurgen Klopp. I mean, you would have thought that he knew Arne Slot from their time playing each other in the Dutch, and he thought this was going to be a basketball game back and forth, and it was so sloppy from them. Casemiro still is poor, and it just looked like the same old stuff. How many signings have they made this summer? By the way, Ugarte is has not played or laced up his boots yet for Man United yet, so that's a big thing to talk about. But unfortunately for Man United, it just could be irrelevant at this point. It's like, okay, a signing is going to come in, he's going to play, but they've had four of their other signings come in and play, and it hasn't done anything for them. It looks like the same stuff. So when I'm looking at a team, if I'm running a team, this is the way I look at it. Right? I'm going to bring in a coach. He's the coach is going to put together a system. I'm going to bring in players that are going to work with that system. If all of a sudden things are being found out, I'm hoping my coach is going to make some adjustments. If not, I'm going to change the personnel. That's kind of what Man United have done in the summer, right? They've said, look, obviously something's not going right here. We had the chance to get rid of Ten Hag. We've not. What we're going to do is we're going to change the personnel. We're going to back him. So they backed him, and what do you see? The exact same thing. And I think Man United knew the whole time. This is why Ruud van Nistelrooy is coming in assistant. I think the writing's on the wall now. I think, and I've said it so many times throughout last season. I'm shocked we're still talking about this Ten Hag guy now. I thought after the FA Cup, he's gone. Yeah. And look, I got no problem with it. I'm not Man United's biggest fan in the world. I'm not even a fan of theirs whatsoever. But I think this guy needs to be gone. And I don't think that they should be looking for a long-term solution right now. I think they've planned this. I think they've gotten Van Nistelrooy to come in, and I think that's what's going to happen. And I think those players are going to respond to Ruud a lot more than they respond to him. Like, I wouldn't respond if Ten Hag was my boss. The dude just waffles on and make excuses. And this time you could tell he was desperate. He backed his trophy record in the press conference. Like, the guy you could tell he's on the ropes. Like, if a guy who's secure doesn't need to defend himself. Pep I've never heard Pep have to defend his own record. The dude has won so many trophies, and I've never ever seen the guy defend his record. Right? So the guy is shook. The guy knows he's on his way out. So look, if we got any United fans in the chat, in the stream, let me know. Let me know what you think. Anybody else? Let me know what you guys think about Man United. We've had a lot of smack talk about the North London derby. Anybody want to talk about Man U, Liverpool, before we move on to the next segment here? All right, let's go. Anyway, before we move on to the next segment, let's I've been reminded here by my producer not to forget to promote the social media platform. So you can follow Hotsport on TikTok at hotsport.au, on the Instagram at hotsport.au. We were supposed to be going live on Instagram. I don't know if the Instagram thing, I'm just trying to figure out the Instagram from the StreamYard Instagram thing. I wish we did do it during our transfer show live. And obviously on YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube, Hotsport. We are currently, what's the update on our numbers here? We are at 445 subscribers. So guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're hitting the like button on your way out or on your way in. Always hit the like button. I'll tell you, for me, since I've get into this YouTube game, every other YouTuber on there, before I even watch the video, I hit the like because I know what it means. I know what it means to everybody. I know what it means to the algorithm. So, and I subscribe. Like, I honestly, if I like the video, I like the content, I'm subscribing to it because I want to see what's next. And the content here is only getting better. You should seen what the content looked like on this channel. What it looked like when we first started. It was just me on my couch with this pick mic, which is now hidden, but still there. And yeah, it's just a whole bunch of different things. Now I've got graphics. Now I've got live streams, comment sections, cool intro videos. So we've come a long way. So this thing, your contributions to this channel, subscribing, helps us grow this channel even more and make it big. Like, we were this close, allegedly, to being the first YouTube channel to ever interview Lionel Messi. Which so you should know the capabilities this channel has, right? We've got 445 people, and those people would have had the privilege in an alternative world now, which is I'm really sad because I actually for a while, like literally for a good 2 hours of the day today, thought that I was going to get Lionel Messi on the hotspot. And I sound crazy, but if he's still on here, you know the people I work for, it's a complete possibility. Yeah, so make sure you are hitting the like button. Make sure you're subscribing. This is the time, by the way, before we move on to the next segment, that I'm going to plug. I might as well debut this intro. I mean, you can see it on our socials. But the NFL season is beginning on Thursday, U.S. time, Friday, my time. I think it's very early Friday morning in London. Yes, very early Friday morning in London. But yeah, we're going to premiere our NFL show coming up. We're working diligently on the graphics, on my predictions, on the stats, and everything to try to get the show out to you on the eve of. Hopefully, the goal is we're going to go live Thursday night with our first NFL show, and we are here. I'm just going to give you a promo for that coming right up. NFL show is going to come up to you right here on Hotspot. Enjoy this promo for you guys just for. Exciting shit, isn't it? Sorry, exciting stuff. Sorry for the kids in the background. I should not have been using bad potty words. Exciting stuff. So as you can see, we have so much stuff going on here at the background at Hotspot. We are really, really looking forward to hopefully the people on Christie's live feed see the NFL promo today.
Not yet.
Not yet. But yeah, that should be coming. We're going to go live in 2 days' time and Thursday night.
That's why, guys, you should follow hotspot.au.
Yeah. We're going live Thursday night. It's going to be our preview show to the NFL. Hopefully, won't be that long on the stream, just like tonight, which we're planning to get off pretty shortly. But I'm just trying to kind of finish off some of these results so I can, let you guys, kind of you get your feel on your team and what's going on. The people who are in the chat, Man United fans, not Man United fans, Tottenham fans mostly, we're talking about you. West Ham fans, Ed, if you're still in here, let's talk about West Ham. You guys played City. A lot of chest for a guy who lost 3-1. But to be fair, I was really pulling for you guys. Honestly, that's the second time now that West Ham has let me down when it comes to Man City. And what else can we say, man? Like, that's why I'm so disappointed about the red card. That's why I'm so disappointed about the red card, because we we were on our way to just keeping the track with City. You got to go toe for toe, and now somehow we're going to have to make those 2 points up. Again, it's a long season. City's going to slip up somewhere, but the question is, are we? Because our schedule is tough, as we've been talking about. Tottenham Hotspur's coming up, followed by the clash against City themselves, and we could find ourselves 5 or 8 points behind in worst case scenario. Wait, 5 or 8 points, yeah, in worst case scenario, very quickly, unless Arsenal is on it. And I expect Arteta to have them ready to go. But we're talking about West Ham against City. One thing I'll say, and Ed, if you're still watching, um, I really am big on West Ham this year. Therefore, what City did was just equally as impressive. Now Villa and City have both done this. So for the meantime, West Ham have got to play a lot better at home. They've got to play a lot better at home. But I love the additions you guys made. AWB, Fulkrug, Somerville, Guido Rodriguez. The list goes on and on. Yeah, so Max Gilman. Yeah, really impressed. Who else? Anyway, really impressed with West Ham transfer window, but their performances on the pitch need to get better. And granted, they've had a tough schedule to open up, but City, it's actually, they show you levels. Like when they get into trouble, bam, Erling Haaland specs it in. They're angry. They're angry and they take their revenge on you. Instead of panicking when they start getting adversity, they hit you right back in the face. That is the mark of a fighter. That's the mark of a great team. Is that they know they can turn it on whenever they need to, and whenever the situation asks for it. And so, look, I come into this season really hopeful, hoping this could be the year again, as I felt last year. But only time will tell. We will have to see how the rest of this year unfolds. Maybe City use all their energy at the start. They're not going to have that final burst at the end. We don't know, but Pep Guardiola obviously is a much more knowledgeable man than me when it comes to this stuff. All right, finally, let's touch on Chelsea, shall we? My favorite topic, because they can't get escape from today. They cannot escape from today. Yeah, we had the Villa game as well. Villa, but anyway, but not we're here to talk about Chelsea. Let's talk about the Chelsea, and then we will call it a night. Yeah, Chelsea fans, are you in? Are you in Christie's chat? Because I know you're not in my chat. All right, because pay attention, because I'm giving you a grilling. I mentioned this on my live stream, but just struck my previous live stream, the big one, the 3 hour one. I just want to drill this home for you, nice and slow. And by the way, Mike, sorry guys. Okay, Chelsea fans, you still here? Look at me. Pay attention. Victor Osimhen, what happened? I thought he was a Chelsea player. I thought the Chelsea were the masters of the transfer window. I that's what the information was given to me by many Chelsea fans online. I thought, don't worry, if we don't get Osimhen, we're getting Ivan Toney. We have a monopoly on all the strikers. What happened when the clock struck 11 p.m. on Friday afternoon, your time, Friday evening? No strikers. Nicholas Jackson is still up front for Chelsea. Is that what? That's not what I was told. I was told it was gonna be Victor Osman. I cannot. Just wait when Victor Osman shows up. We were split 6-2. Just wait when Victor Osman shows up. We'll be even better. Look what many goals we can score now without him. We're gonna be even better when he comes. You know what's really funny? The biggest twist that came even afterwards. This is new news. Victor Osimhen is now at Galatasaray. How did that happen? He picked Galatasaray. I know this is purely um, rubbish, right? Um, but he picked Galatasaray over Chelsea. Are you joking? He picked Galatasaray. He'd rather play in Turkey. He'd rather play in Istanbul than play in London. Are you joking? And he took a loan. He accepted your terms at Galatasaray. Oh my God. Um, it just gets better. And then the performance on the pitch. Look, I think I'm coming out as a Chelsea hater, and you know what? I kind of love it. I kind of love it. It's on brand for me. I'm fine. At the start of this channel, one thing I was saying is I was really conscious about angering fan bases, but I'm noticing now that it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm just you seeing here. I'm fully out on my Arsenal stuff. I'm fully out. But again, the goal here at Hotspot is always to be fair and objective. But and I still crazy with my preview with my Premier League prediction show to come up with the live guest. We're looking forward to that one. That one is definitely happening. Forget about the messy one. But the live prediction show is definitely happening. And I still have yet to figure out who's my fourth place team. I left the other day saying Man United, and then I watched Man United get absolutely spanked by Liverpool. And I'm like, I am not putting my name onto that project. No way. No way am I putting my name on that project. It might be you guys. It might be Chelsea. It might be Chelsea. Just because you see the way Tottenham play against Newcastle. Yeah, I might just pick Tottenham just because that was my original fourth place pick, and I don't want to anger Carmen. And you know, the minute I leave Tottenham out of the top four, they turn around, they're going to beat us, and I don't want that. I don't want that. I just don't. So I might just go with Spurs. I think for me, it's so funny. I put Man United in. Now I'm definitely out. I'm definitely out on the Man United thing. I just think it doesn't matter anymore. I just think that they're in trouble. They're a mess. They just are. They are hot garbage. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight on our stream, and I loving all the comments that came in today, the interaction, and thanks you for those who have the what I call the what's the yos the what do I call your fan base again? Yeah, okay. Thank you. Fans of the lovely Yosi Chrissy Natalia, who is not only my girlfriend, but now is the producer of this lovely channel. So she plugs it and she does a fantastic job promoting everything and pushing it. So I really appreciate all the stuff she does. But and also for her putting us on live here on TikTok. So thank you for that community. By the way, did anybody ask questions on TikTok before I go out? Babe, can you check your
Not so far.
Okay. All right. I didn't want to leave anybody's questions unanswered, but it was a fun stream. Love having the guys in the chat talking with me. It's fun. It makes the show a lot more fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. We are on our way. We might very well by Thursday night be at our 500 subs, our first big goal, which would be amazing, and we'll celebrate it while talking about football. Not this football, the other football. Until then, guys, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us live tonight on the Premier League show. This has been my favorite Premier League show so far of both years, because generally a lot of times I have to do these not live and then edit the videos and everything. And this is just a lot more chilled out. I can just talk to you guys. I can interact with you guys on the platform. So I really, really appreciate it. It's really fun for those who contributed today. By the way, we are, again, once we get 500, super chats are going to be open, right? So enjoy the free comments while you still can, right? So until next time, guys, make sure you guys have a very lovely Tuesday evening. Get some nice sleep. Enjoy, watch some TV, and we'll see you guys on Thursday. Peace.